Hello, welcome everyone to our session number 5 and lesson 4. And let me just say, are you ready? Get set, go, grow, and glow. That's our little motto that we have. So just helps us to understand what we're doing and what's our goal and what's our purpose. So today's lesson, though, is the law of curiosity. It's not going to be as long as the previous lessons because we should make these shorter. And I might just say that if you are interested in going deeper into each of these lessons, there is a way to do that, and there's a lot that we haven't covered. This is more like an overview of the personal development, growth of the main idea. Let's not forget our main idea is we want to learn about each other. We want to not just live in a society, in a world that has a lot of high tech, and we're all into our cell phones and computers and laptops and all of those kind of things. But we don't just want high tech. We need to have in our life a nearness, a closeness, a more personal, a personal development of being connected. That's what I'm talking about, being connected. So this is today in session, why we have session 5 is, remember, there was an introduction. That's why it's session 5 and lesson 4. And there's a total number of sessions as is 10. There's 10 sessions total in this overview. Remember, it's an overview. So once again, let's not forget our reason, our purpose. We want to be part of one another's lives. And I want to learn to do this. I just don't want to be cooped up in my little box. I want to learn more about you, about all of my friends, my wonderful classmates from all the way from elementary school, high school, and let me think, even do I have classmates that I remember I did things with in college and university. We went on trips together for the United Nations. We did different activities. But you know what? For college, right now, I just can't think of it. So this is the problem in our lifetime. Some people, and this is a good thing about Facebook, even though there are many things that maybe are annoying to you, one of the good things is that we can keep touch with one another's life, but we need more. We need more. And so maybe this ties in a little bit to our law. Remember the laws. Have you thought of a new one? Have you put a new law down in the comments section? Remember, we talked a couple times now about the law of gravity, the law of thermodynamics, the law of that makes an airplane go up. What's that called? The law of aerodynamics. So these are laws. They're just like there's natural laws, there is spiritual laws. So we want to learn about the laws that exist in life, because if you, how would you say it, get along with the law of gravity, it's not so much obeying, it's if you work with it, you will be successful in not getting hurt. But if you don't work with the law of gravity, you end up bumping into things and getting in situations that are not feeling very good. So today's lesson, the law of curiosity, growth, that's what we're talking about, growth. We all want change in our lives, right? Well, higher than change, random change, hoping for change, just thinking maybe some way, somehow it will happen. Remember, that's Einstein's definition of insanity. Just hoping that things will be different, continuing to do what we've all been doing all the time, every day, continuing the same pattern and hoping for different results. That's a definition of insanity. So we want higher than change. We want growth. We want development. So growth is driven by wanting to learn, keyword, more, more, more. The path of the just is as a shining light that is supposed to shine more and more and more. And the light gets brighter. Then shall we know, I think it was the minor prophet Hosea said, then shall we know if we follow on, if conditional, we follow on to know the Lord is going forth, is prepared as the morning. What does that mean? Going forth. That means progress is as the morning. What happens in the morning? Okay, it's not complicated. The sun comes up. The sun comes up in the morning, and guess what? You can't stop it. It just gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. So this is our lesson. We want to get brighter. Remember, go, grow, and you will glow. We want to get brighter. If we want to get brighter, we've got to keep going. We've got to have a hunger and thirst. The scriptures say those that hunger and thirst, those that have a burning desire to learn more. And we can, and I'll give you a few suggestions in just a couple minutes of how you can create, how can you stir up. We're supposed to stir up these things inside of us. And it's possible. It's not just thinking or hoping, but it's possible to stir up inside of us what we need to do to obey and to follow this law of curiosity. You know, curious people, curious leaders, curious executives, whatever it might be, you know, they're humble. They're curious ones are humble, self-aware, realistic, open, and they're willing to have a discussion just to learn more. They're willing to talk to you if they can learn more. But in contrast, fixed-minded people, fixed-minded leaders are the opposite of all of that. A fixed-minded person would rather not know. Thank you very much. Because knowing brings with it the burden of doing. Okay. So that's fixed-minded people. Are we fixed or are we flexible? Curiosity is the precursor to action. So if we are going to take action, we're going to take it because we understand. We get it. Did you ever say to anybody, like in a meeting, did you catch that? Did you catch the meaning of what he was saying? We've got to catch it. We've got to get it. Curiosity is, and when we get it, it's the what is necessary to take action, to be motivated to take action. personal development and leadership, all these things, means embracing a growth mindset, a curiosity mindset. No matter your history, no matter your background, it's never too late. We talked about this before. It's never too late, no matter what our age is. And we know we're, those of you, our friends and classmates, we are breaking some barriers, age barriers. So, but it's never too late to live a life of curiosity and growth. And so our personal development, our leadership, if you're in a situation with groups or teams or something like that, that kind of our development journey will always have a next step as long as it's fueled by curiosity. There'll always be something more. It's not over. It's not finished. You aren't just, what's that we used to do in the Army? Mark time? Was it mark time? Mark time, and you're just standing still in one place and not really moving much. And that's for me, that's my problem. Just sticking in one place. There's got to be more, and I want to understand more. But one of our favorite questions we've got to develop is the question for curiosity. What do you think the question is? One word question about how to engender, in how to develop curiosity is the word why. Why? So many times I hear people give a list of rules or regulations or the way things should be, and I always want to ask why. And then when they give me the next answer, I want to ask why deeper. And then when they give me that answer, I want to ask, well, why that deeper? Till we finally get to the bottom of the true meaning. And that creates motivation. But from the question why, as deep as we get to the bottom of the whatever it is, the next question is, well, that's great, that's beautiful. Now I want to know how to actually do it. So I've got 10 suggestions for cultivating curiosity. So of these 10, I'll just give you just the questions or the suggestions themselves. I won't go into depth on them, but remember again, if you ever want to learn more together, doing this as a team, like together, then we can go more in depth, because there's just simply a lot more to learn. Okay, suggestion number 1, you've got to, 1, believe you can be curious. So believe, first of all, believe that it's possible that you can be curious. How do you do that? Well, there's something powerful about the confession of our mouth that takes things that are inside, our desires that are inside, when we bring them out and say, I want to believe I can be curious, or I believe. What's that old kind of suggestion? Somebody said once, if you don't have the victory, remember, then you sing about the victory. And you sing about the victory until you get it. That's how you get it. You start talking about it. You from the inside of yourself. So number one, I'm sorry, can't go into depth in this, but number one, believe. And there is a way how you can believe. Number two, have a beginner's mindset. Don't be the person that knows it all, that wants to tell everybody how to do everything. Learn together, explore together, be curious together. Don't be Mr. or Miss Know-it-all and you act like you're superior to everybody else. Have a beginner's mindset that we've only just begun to learn. Isn't there a song like that? We've only just begun to live. Okay. Whoever remembers that song, write it down in the comments. So let's get through this list. So number three suggestion, make why your own favorite word. Make why your own favorite word. Don't just take what people say. Ask. Remember when our growing up time, there was this phrase, question what? Do you remember? In the times when we were growing up, this was a famous quote from somewhere. I can't remember where, but it was question. This is when we were demonstrating in the streets during the Jesus Revolution, the hippie days. Question authority. So question authority. Make why your own favorite word. Always be free to ask why. So that some way, somehow in our society, we can get to the bottom, to the real reasons, the true reasons of why things are happening the way they are. So then maybe we can find some real solutions and not just keep going around and around and around in a circle. Okay, suggestion number 4, spend time with other curious people. Spend time with find somebody that's like-minded, that always wants to, when you become a questioner, somebody that's asking why, sometimes people will think you're a real pain and you just want to irritate everyone. But don't let them think that. You have a right to ask the questions why, and to get to the bottom of any type of question. So try to find the people that appreciate that and converse with them, interact with them, and be encouraged by them. So number 4, spend time with other curious people. Number 5 suggestion, how? We're talking about how if we don't have this curiosity, like sometimes I'm not that curious myself, and I want to be curious about your life, about you, how you feel, I'm learning to ask questions like, and where were you born? Where did you grow up? What are your first childhood memories? I love questions like that, and we can begin talking about your whole life. Curious is going to lead us to better personal relationships. For me, that's what I want, not stuck in my box. Okay, number 5 suggestion, learn something new every day. Learn something. Make it your goal. Make it our goal to learn something new every day. Number 6 suggestion, partake in the fruit of failure. So we've got to learn, we've got to try. When we ask something, it might sound crazy. It might sound off the subject, but sometimes if you just do it anyway, if you just ask, if you just voice your opinion, your question, your curiosity. It helps bring out of others. So never fear to to look ridiculous. Remember, keep a beginner's mindset. This kind of goes along with that. Never be afraid of because there is, as it says, there is fruit in failure. We learn. Remember Thomas Edison? What was it? 18,000 tries before something connected in his electricity? Never be afraid because there is fruit in failure. Number 5. Oh, number 6. That was number 6. Number 7. Stop looking for the right, perfect answer. Stop thinking that you have to have. It's a process. It's a progression. You don't have to have the perfect answer. You just need to keep digging. You just need to keep on the journey. Remember that poem, On the Road to Ithaca? The real life lessons are in the journey, in the successes and in the failure. So don't be afraid, number 7. And number 8 kind of helps us to understand that better. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. Don't think that everything has to revolve around you, around your world, around your perspective. Be curious of others' perspective, how other people see things, and learn from it so that you can have that we can have a well-rounded perspective, mindset, a well-rounded mindset. And number 9, get out of your box. Yes, David, get out of your box. And that's what we want to do. When we have curiosity, the law of curiosity, we can climb out of our box and learn and find out there's a whole new world. Can you imagine getting an incredible curiosity for, let's just pick something, astronomy, and say you're 76 years old and you just get an insatiable curiosity for astronomy, and you begin to learn and you get a telescope and you're just so curious about how all these planets work and why there's so many and what are galaxies and what are universes, and my goodness, there's so much to learn. Okay, so you get the idea. Get out of your box, David. And the very last one, number 10, enjoy your life. Make it fun, make it exciting. And that's what curiosity does. It leads you down new paths and new adventures and new ways of thinking and new ways. Don't be so closed in your own little, what someone told you. We come across that here in the Philippines. Someone that was a teacher taught somebody or a bunch of people, a group of people, something, and they all just believe it. They all just believed it. When what we should be doing, when we keep an open mind and we're not afraid, we're enjoying life, we're open to learn about the real reasons why this or that is true or not true, or the way that we should go, or the way that we should live our life. We're not closed.
Today is Tuesday, February 21st.
So
it is 12 p.m. 6 hours.
And our recording time now is 12 p.m. It's time for us to stop. And don't forget your journal reflection down at the bottom of your notes up above, and your group discussion, so that you can put your answers or your reflections or your comments down below. Try it. And this is, let me just say in conclusion, this is just a very superficial overview. There's so much more to this personal development. And so I'm so glad that we can be here together, and I hope that, one last idea is that in one of the future lessons, as soon maybe as possible, I want us to begin like a little workshop where we work on a life timeline, together. So would you like that? Working on a life timeline. And we can learn about one another's lives. So be sure, try to put some comment down in the bottom so I know that you're there. And I know that we can develop and in this world, our culture and society, we can kind of break out and be nearer to one another. We're all in this, we're all in this life together. All right? Okay, thanks. I'm pressing the end button. Okay, see you next time. Bye.